Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and continue. And I encourage you, if you feel like there's even more you want to write after this class, to do that. It does help a lot to reflect on who God's created you to be and what this looks like. So, do we have any courageous volunteers? I would like to share some or all of what you've reflected on.
I actually have a question.
Yes.
When you were asking like if God were to make us the same today, do you mean like he made it so we were like perfected but living on earth, or he just gave us a desire so strong that we were able to resist the world?
Which route did you take when you were answering the questions?
I took that like he made us so strong that we were able to resist the world.
Yeah. Cool. That works. Yes. I left it open on purpose so you can interpret it
Okay.
and dream like, what does that look like? So that works definitely.
Okay.
Start us
I
off, Grace, since you've shared
Yeah,
a bit.
sure. Um so this was actually a really tough question that I will definitely need to revisit. Um but what um I guess what was going through my mind was that I would just feel, well, before I like figured out how to actually answer the question and that like we're resisting the world, I wrote that I would feel almost torn between two worlds, because I mean that's kind of how I feel now. Like I know what perfect happiness is, but then like I'm still of the world, and that's just not a happy time. But then when I decided to reflect on um, if Jesus just gave me the desire to resist the world, um, I looked at the list of questions like, what would I do for the world? How would I behave? And I just came up with one solution for all of them, I guess. I would just have to get my priorities in line, because I'm a very spontaneous, spur of the moment person. So if I feel like taking my sister out to get ice cream at 3 a.m., like that's what we're going to do. But then if I want to go lead this retreat super last minute, then like I'm going to do that. But a lot of times I just have to like, I don't really know if this is making sense. I'm still processing it myself. um, no, I was, yeah, just like get my priorities in line and become totally selfless and
Okay.
not do things based on what motivates me, but what will help others.
Okay. There we go. There you go. Awesome. That helps. Like to become selfless and not be motivated just by your own desires, but what helps others. Yeah. It's a loaded question. So good job breaking it down. I mean, congrats. And I just to see where is it landing? Where's the Holy Spirit working on each of our hearts? Anyone else like to share also? And it can be initial thoughts, like Grace says, like you need time to kind of like, go into this.
I don't really know. I guess I just did mine and like kind of like what is this? How would a saint feel? I don't really know. I didn't really like
That's fine. Yeah.
but I just said that I would love God foremost and have
Mm-hmm.
a close relationship with him. Um so then I would be able to try and follow whatever his for my life. Into that. And then as I like grow a love for him, I would have more capacity in my own heart to be able to like receive more of his love, so then I would be more and more filled. And um then how would you treat others? I would put others first and probably be um a lot more selfless and humble, and then like have an attitude of gratitude, because everything, like if I were like that, then it would be all because of God working in me and through me and doing that for me. So
Mm.
um I would try to love everyone else the best that I could. um Trying to see what other questions. um
Would you feel free or?
yes, I would feel more free and also more fulfilled, because like God would be giving me this purpose, and he would be filling me with his love, and just the fact that his love is enough, and that would make me be able to realize that I don't really need anything else. So just not being attached or like having the need for other things in my life that are very like variable things, then that would make me more free, I think.
Okay, thanks for sharing. It's really good. Okay, anyone else? We need at least two more.
I
Okay,
wanted to share my initial thought.
perfect.
That I thought, wow, that'll be a huge responsibility. But then I meditated on that thought and said, no, but I should live with that responsibility because we're supposed to be saints. You know, our life goal should be that. So I should always have that responsibility.
Okay. Awesome. Wow. The Lord is speaking. I tell you, really cool. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else? We just need at least one more.
Well, me.
Okay, Sophie.
I was like Adri, like at first I thought I was like, wow, that's not impossible, but that's complicated. But I started thinking about saints, and like this phrase is always in my mind and everything. Like, don't do extraordinary things, do ordinary things, but with an extraordinary heart. I don't know if I say it. I
Yes,
translate,
you said
and
it
it
well.
was like everything, everything is love, you know. Like you don't need to go like what, like you told what you will do to the world and how you will act, like I don't know, but you don't need to do extraordinary things. So only if you did things with that love, it will be that extraordinary, you know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Sophie. Just to make sure before I start talking, is there any last person that would like to say something? Even a little something? Okay, well, thanks, guys. Just wanted to make sure I don't cut anyone off in their moment of inspiration. I wanted us to do that exercise because often we don't see ourselves the way God sees us. He already sees you as that saint He has created you to be. Okay, there's a becoming, like it's not just today. He sees you like living out that call and that love and making an impact in your daily ordinary things, as Sophie was saying. He might call you to do something great, like, ooh, extraordinary, but at the same time, the holiness comes in the little things, right? So I think it's helpful to really pray and to reflect on and ask God, like, God, show me how you've created me to be, because that's going to be holiness, right? That is going to be holiness. So we see whenever we live for others, it impacts the world. It impacts our families, my relationship with my siblings, my parents, has changed so much for the better. Not that it was horrible before, but it's been more beautiful. And even some of my friends that aren't Catholic, that I've known since I was a small child, because there's a genuine love, even those relationships have improved because they know I'm not there because they please me or because I can get something from them or because they're popular. I'm loving them for who they are. And many people don't have people loving them for just who they are. They love them because of their status, their money, their house, whatever. So the holier you become, the more God possesses your heart, there's something sincerely attractive and helpful that people see in you. They're drawn to you, right? And you're giving, who's the most attractive is the Lord. So I think it's helpful to share, to pray and reflect on that. I want you also to reflect on, if you could write down Catechism of the Catholic Church, number 1733. Abbreviation is CCC, Catechism of the Catholic Church, 1733. The phrase I'm going to highlight in there, it says, to the extent that man does more good, he is also becoming freer. Since that man does more good, he's also becoming freer. If I find in my heart that I'm enslaved to something, a relationship, status, popularity, a sin, the more I choose to do good, it breaks that sin. It breaks that attachment. It breaks that insecurity. It's the easiest way to undo the chain that's stuck on me, right? It's just by choosing to do good, I become free, okay? So we're gonna talk about that in classes to come. I wanna thank you for your participation. I like that it's kind of active and you share and then we kind of go back and forth. I think it could be helpful to take a little break and then we come back together in 15 minutes. So at 25 after, we'll see each other again on the screen. Okay, so if you want to keep your screen on and just turn off your video, that's fine too. See you soon.